This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's episode 1151, and it's the Relevant Podcast here in Orlando. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, a very dapper business version of Jesse Carey.
Hello.
From Nashville, Tennessee, it's our managing editor, downtown Emily Brown.
Hey, y'all.
Derek is in Puerto Rico with his lovely bride. The wife that he's had for a long time, not like a new bride. Sorry.
Is it an anniversary, or is this just like want to get away? You know,
I think they vacation. I think
he said
it was
Freaknik 2024.
Shut up. And from LA, you know, from Social Club Misfits, it's Marty.
Yepers. Trying new things now. Yepers.
Jesse, how's your Monday going? This is the Tuesday show, but we are recording this midday on Monday, so this is like a last minute thing. You look a little stressed out, a little frazzled. Did you not have a restful weekend?
It wasn't restful, actually. I stayed up late 2 nights in a row, very late. And
what's very late to you?
Well, I'll say night one was like 1:30. Night two was maybe like 3, which is very, very late.
Okay, that is late.
Yeah, that's legit late.
Because I was hanging out with some friends. I think I said last week it was at like a beach house situation. We're all hanging out watching basketball all weekend. But we decided that after basketball concluded in the evenings and we're playing cards and doing all that kind of stuff, we decided it was a good idea to watch the old Roundhouse movie with Patrick Swayze.
I love that movie.
And then the next night, watch the new one with Jake Gyllenhaal back to back. A Roundhouse 2-night double feature. I'm still amped up. I haven't slept since I watched 2 Roundhouse. Like, it's an overdose on Roundhouse. It is.
I've never seen either of them. What's the premise here?
So here's the plot. Here's the plot of both films. The Swayze one, Marty can agree. It sounds like you've seen both. Is way better.
It's it's goated, classic forever.
Patrick Swayze is in it, so I'm assuming there's a lot of dancing and love.
You'd assume wrong.
Love part right.
Yeah, and it's kind of love, but in this weird reality that of the 1980s version of Roundhouse, for some reason, bouncers, or as they're called, coolers, are like legendary figures. They go from town to town cleaning up shady bars, and for some reason they're like famous. Mm-hmm. Like when Patrick Swayze walks into a bar, they're like, "There's Dalton. Dalton's here." Like as if in this world, people somehow just know that guy's a famous cooler.
Pre-social media too. I mean, this is
pre-internet. This is just word. They don't even. It's not even like words getting around. They just spot him. They just recognize Dalton is in town. And the premise of the film is he gets offered to go to this new bar in like a town that's being overtaken by like a shady billionaire, right? Mm-hmm. And he's being brought in to clean up this rowdy roadhouse, and he does it by just sitting at the bar drinking coffee.
Coffee. It's all he drinks. Coffee. No drinks.
Black coffee. Yep. No. Be nice. That's his rule. He's always nice to people. But anyway,
Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze.
Okay, that's his
true gentleman. The whole movie.
You find out a lot of interesting things about him. That he has a philosophy degree from NYU, and he's just living this life as the world's best cooler.
So, listeners, if you are currently pursuing your psychology degree at a prestigious university, you have very limited career options. One of them, apparently a primary one, is that you will become a roaming bouncer, going from going from town to town, troublesome bars. But that's put that degree to good use.
Cleaning them up and then getting out of town. Long story short, in the first one,
so he's like bar rescue. That guy who comes in and turns a bar around.
He's also iconic, Jesse, because in cleaning up these bars, he killed somebody. And so the legend is like that he is the nicest person in the world, but at the same time, if he needs to take it there, he will.
Yeah, and he killed somebody by literally ripping their throat out with his bare hand.
Yeah, that was
that
part.
Of course.
Which he performs later in the. There's a great scene where he's just like, yeah, and it's like a 3-finger grab, and he doesn't want to be pushed to that limit. This has haunted him all these years. But when it comes to it, in self-defense, and he basically saves the town by taking out these like thugs. And he doesn't use weapons. He only uses his bare hands, and he saves the town by cleaning up the bar. In the new one,
Well, cleaning it up figuratively, but there's probably blood everywhere. So he made a mess as
filthy.
well.
It's filthy. But the new one is a similar plot, but it's Jake Gyllenhaal is a UFC fighter who accidentally killed someone in the octagon. And he gets brought down. But again, he's randomly working as a bouncer at a bar. And a woman walks in and makes him a preposterous offer to go clean up her bar in the Florida Keys. It's like $5,000 a night.
$20,000 a month, $5,000 a week.
Yeah, $5,000 a week to go clean up this bar down in the Florida Keys. Yeah. But wouldn't you know it, some sort of criminal rebel billionaire guy is trying to buy the bar to develop it and sends in motorcycle gangs to disrupt. It sounds great on paper. The execution isn't great.
I gotta be honest, I don't think it sounds great on paper. I still don't know what this movie's about.
About cleaning up the streets.
It does seem more plausible that a former UFC fighter would become a town-to-town roaming cooler than a philosophy major from NYU. Just FYI.
Well, as Emily, as is explained in lengthy exposition early on in the film, this is a lot like a Western where a sheriff rolls into town and cleans up the town and saves the day before going home. That's literally explained to you that this movie is a modern, like the new one is so baked with weird exposition and unnecessary explanations. But again, haven't slept since. Too much just adrenaline going from dual Roundhouse show. It's Marty. It sounds like you did the same thing and watched both Roundhouse.
I literally did. And the other day, when it came out, I watched the first one, the second one. The first one's just iconic. I mean, if you watch Yellowstone, they even talk about it. They're like, "You've ever seen Roundhouse? Like that is the life we live." The newest version of it's a little bit different. If you've ever seen Fast and the Furious 8 with Jason, where he like comes out the hospital and the whole place is on fire. That exact scene is what the entrance of Conor McGregor in this movie, where he is like walking out, sets everything on fire, everything's destroyed. It's a really interesting movie. The original is still iconic. This one, you didn't have to do it, Jake Gyllenhaal. You didn't have to do it. But then after that, I saw Southpaw because I like to roll over with some actors, and I've never
even heard of Southpaw. That sounds like a Pixar
movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. It's just it's a good movie, but
Does it have a scene where he meets his future employer while duct taping a knife wound on the bumper of a car? Like that
that was a weird part, right? Like
film.
he got stabbed and it was like normalizing. He's like, it happens all the time. Okay.
It sounds like Southpaw sounds like a coming of age like animated movie that's not Pixar. It's one of the off-brand Pixars, and it's like some cub like loses his family, and so he's having to make it in the big world.
Yeah,
Southpaw. Yeah,
that's a good version.
Streaming now on Netflix. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, not this one.
Jesse, how basketball-wise, how's your team doing, or how's your bracket doing?
Middle of the pack right now. I still have Duke alive, but I got very excited about this gentleman named, I don't know how much tournament you guys watch, but I watched quite a bit this weekend. This guy, Jonathan Goki. He's like a mid-20s guy. He's played his entire career in Division II basketball, and he was brought up. He got one offer for his final year of eligibility. He was DoorDash driver last year.
Oh, wow.
He had one offer from a D1 school to come and play. I'm trying to say this diplomatically. He looks like
the team's accountant.
Yes. He looks like a middle-aged man in his 20s. Like he's only in his 20s, but he appears to be a middle-aged man. Like if
he's a father of four. He coaches the little league team. Oh, like wow. He is full on 43 years old. Yeah,
exactly. And he came out, and I was enthralled by it. And because I didn't watch this first breakout game, but he played Kentucky, one of the best schools in the country. And this gentleman, this gentleman, and it's full of like NBA players, future NBA players. Yeah, this guy went out, this future insurance salesman, accountant, went out and scored 30 points and took down Kentucky, a 14 seed. And I heard about it, and my buddies are like, let's watch it. This is going to be like Steph Curry. It is not like Steph Curry. This is a guy throwing up the ugliest shots you've ever seen in your life. He is running for his life by huge Kentucky guys and literally just flinging it off 1 foot, not one shot on bounds, and he just couldn't miss. it was a heroic moment where future NBA lottery picks are being taken down by a guy who looks like you just bought an F-150 from. Like that's what March is all about.
Yeah. He's the assistant manager at the dealership. He's not
he's
a
working his way
newbie
up.
sales guy. He's been there.
He's working his way up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Did any of our teams win on the bracket that we?
Oh, I'm currently 13th place with my friends out of 16. So
like the one that we did as relevant podcast. Did any of the teams do good?
I don't think so. We weren't talking about basketball. We were talking about literally the physical mascots.
Oh yeah, I just figured to see if we did anything. If we got anything.
No. I'll have to go back and check. I mean, maybe it's doing because I picked my bracket based on vibes like I do every year. And maybe one of these years I should start doing mascots or something, a little more strategy behind it.
I didn't watch any basketball this weekend. I slept.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
Literally all weekend. Like I watched a little bit of I watched the Magic game Friday night and it was over at like 9:30 and I was like, man, it's been a long week. I'm tired. I was getting tired on the sofa. So I'm just going to go chill, go to bed, put the TV on. Next thing I know, it's 11:45 the next morning. And I rolled over and I saw the clock and I was like, it's 11:45. I don't have Cohen this weekend. I don't have any plans today. So I just rolled back over and shut my eyes. I woke up again at 6:50 p.m.
Cameron.
I then got up.
You needed it.
Ate dinner, watched some TV, and went back to bed because I was like, oh no, I'm not going to fall asleep till 4 a.m. now. Went back to bed at like 10 o'clock, fell asleep. Went to church the next morning, came back after church, took a nap, slept all day until yesterday at like 7 o'clock. I don't understand.
Yeah, you look incredible.
I don't know what's going on. I just slept all weekend. Anyway, it was great.
It sounds like you need to wake your system, jolt it hard by watching 2 Roundhouse movies in quick succession. Or watch these Shake Goki highlights that I just sent. There's not one good-looking shot in the whole highlight reel, baby. He is running out of bounds, diving. I mean, every one you're like, that's not good at all. Like, what's wrong with your feet here, man? And somehow it just he found a way, and he's a hero. He is a hero. So
he reminds me. Just look at this one little clip because I watch zero college basketball. He reminds me of Joe Ingles on the Magic. The Magic the entire team is like 21, 22 years old. And then this last offseason, they brought in this free agent named Joe Ingles. He's Australian. He's like 37 years old.
Yeah.
He's out of shape. He's pudgy. He moves really slow. They call him Uncle Joe or Slow-Mo Joe. But the guy plays like those uncles at the YMCA where they elbow you and they're super greasy and they just do all the dirty stuff. And he jacks these threes and he's incredible. He's my favorite player in the NBA because he talks smack nonstop too. He's the most unathletic guy on the court and he's just in your face, like making fun of you relentlessly. It's hilarious. He's great.
We've needed a new Brian Scalabrine. The league needs that guy.
Yes, that's what Joe Ingles is, and then this guy's
younger than I am.
He's hitting some nasty shots in this thing, Jesse.
But when you say nasty, not like good kind of nasty, like he is flying around out of control.
He's Supermaning like this, just in the air and falling on the floor, and there's no one in front of him.
He's like banking threes.
Yeah, but he does like a three, and he's like falls on the floor. There's no one blocking him. He's like, yeah, let's go.
This feels like Space Jam.
His hairline is 58 years old. I mean, like, there's no way this kid is in his mid-20s.
He looks like the son in American Beauty, grew up and just...
Emily, if you dated him, I would think there was a huge age gap. Like, I would think...
And I would be the younger one.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And you're older than him.
But I'm telling you, there's not one good-looking jump shot in the whole highlight reel, and I love it.
All. I mean,
I love it.
That's almost like that baseball player that, like, on Moneyball that, like, had that weird throw that they're like, that's why we want him. People don't want him because of the way he looks.
Did you ever play NBA Jam and your player caught fire and you didn't have, you could just run and fling it and it would go in?
He's on fire.
Somehow that happened to this guy, Jake Goki. I'm telling you, when you're watching this highlight reel, he's like running out of bounds, like jumping out of bounds, diving and just flinging up threes, and somehow they're going in.
I hope he becomes famous.
All right. Well, we have a great show in store for you today. Coming up later, we talk to No Big Deal. He's got a ton of stuff coming out right now. We also, at the end of the show, have a little spring edition of Would You Rather? Would You Rather? But stay tuned right now. Up next, it's Slices.
Nothing on the internet that's shiny and new. I only want to spend my time with you. I could travel all the world looking for something to do, but I only want to spend my time with you. Yeah, I only want to spend my time with you. Oh, I only want to spend my
You're listening to Scoobert Dubert. The song is Time With You. That's really the artist's name, Scoobert Dubert. We got a good lineup this week. Hockey Dad is coming up in the next break.
Is that about Jake Goki?
Soccer Mommy is in the final break. We got Scoobert Dubert, Hockey Dad, and Soccer Mommy this week. Oh, and Soccer Mommy with Bully. So there's a bully at the game.
Hockey Dad, the Jake Goki story.
100%.
By Jake Gyllenhaal playing him.
Like he showed up to the March Madness game, against Kentucky, like in the minivan, because he did have to drop the boys off at the ice rink before,
he drove himself to the game.
Practice.
He drove himself to the game in the minivan.
Yeah. He just got off his job at the local State Farm branch.
The only one old enough to rent a car.
His fans call themselves soccer mommies because they literally all are soccer moms.
Oh wow!
And because age appropriate.
I can see
fan
that
base.
happening though. Like it's a new world, man.
Yep.
Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Mercy Ships. Globally, 5 billion people lack access to surgical care. In sub-Saharan Africa, there's only one surgeon for every 200,000 people. Mercy Ships provides free, life-transforming surgeries for people who have little to no access to medical care. They help the blind see, straighten twisted limbs, remove deadly tumors, treat cleft conditions, and so much more. With state-of-the-art hospital ships, they provide safe surgery to children and adults living with treatable conditions, and it's completely free of charge. They do all this work with an all-volunteer crew of professionals who donate their time and talents. Surgeons, stewards, nurses, engineers, and more make the world a better place. Your donation today provides free, safe surgeries to people in desperate need of help. All gifts are matched, so please donate today at mercyships.org/relevant.
All right, it's time for
Slices.
What do you have, Jesse?
Emily does a great job of finding slices. Sometimes I'm out in the wild.
Is this a compliment sandwich where you have to say, like, she does a great job, and then you say something critical about her?
This is a straight up compliment because I was out there today, and we're recording on Monday, and it's kind of slow. Well, at least for the kind of news we cover, a lot of heavy stuff happening. It's mostly like geopolitics and war. A couple Roundhouse takes,
couple bankruptcies, a couple high profile, judgments being handed down.
Well, but not our kind of fodder. But Emily sent me this. I was like, this is actually pretty interesting because it involves something that I didn't even know existed anymore, which is the Facebook poke feature. You guys remember when everyone was poking?
Yeah.
It was like 2005, 6, 7, 8. We didn't know what else to do.
Very
hey, she's
early
cute.
years.
Get people's attention.
Yeah.
Well, evidently, guys, poking's back big time. And it was the great thing about poking is you just didn't know how to receive it. Like, am I getting poked as a good thing? Is it like, hey, I see you there? Is it like
Flirtatious?
Hey, or is it like a nudge? Like, I can't believe you. I'm poking. Like, is it more of an aggressive poke?
Because I took it as good pokes.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a flirty poke.
But the thing is, I think just the word poke has a lot of connotations, and
Jesse.
You took it as negative?
I think it depends on who it's from. Like if it's from like my best friend, I know it's a good one. But I feel like I would get pokes from people that I like kind of sort of knew, but wasn't really close friends with. So it was like, I don't know.
Hello, that's them trying to say, hey girl, what's up?
The poke was replacing the hello?
Well, some people I don't swing that way. So
No.
it was a little confusing.
But all that to say, poking is back. And evidently, it never left. I didn't know that this feature was still part of the Facebook suite of or Meta or whatever features, maybe because Facebook is only good for one thing, and that's reading insane political rants from distant relatives. But now Facebook revamped the feature, and they're finding a lot of data. It's actually, the incidence of poking is on the dramatic rise that they've actually seen last month alone, since they've kind of redone some UI stuff with poking. They've seen a 13 times increase. So 130% increase.
Who's poking?
I don't, honestly, that could be like 13 pokes if it's a 13 times increase.
But didn't they say it's Gen Z who has rediscovered poking?
50% is Gen Z loving the poke. So, I have a theory on this is Gen Z is these digital natives who grew up with an onslaught of every complicated feature that you could possibly have at your disposal on social media. They only wanted one thing. That's just deliver the old poke. You know, it's simple. You don't have to overthink it. Just a quick poke and you're out. So, you know, I'm glad to see it back in the kind of lexicon of social media.
A couple things about this social media. So I just sent y'all a thing in the chat and texted to you. So Facebook, from our vantage point, who's on Facebook anymore? Dust, you know, it's just dust bunnies and tumbleweeds, right? Because your grandparents and your weird uncles all post there, and like Gen Z and millennials don't anymore. That's what we've seen. That is not the case. This data is that poking is a big Gen Z phenomenon on Facebook. I just sent y'all a graph of social media app users since November 2022, which is when Elon Musk bought Twitter, right? You can see the decline of Twitter in that amount of time, 25% in daily usage. That we all knew that. That's not surprising. What is shocking to me, that in the same amount of time, TikTok daily usage has gone down 10%, because that is very counter to the narrative that we're told, that video. IG has declined 5%, which isn't shocking because we heard they were chasing TikTok and they had to change things. Fine. But look at who's held steady in all this time with less than a 1% decline.
Snapchat.
Facebook is the one Snapchat's even below Facebook. Facebook is the one that isn't declining, and every other platform has declined. It is so bizarre to me.
It's flat.
I mean, it makes sense a little bit because like older generations, they're not switching around to other new social media platforms. Like they've been on Facebook for 15 years. They're sticking with it. So I could see that kind of maybe playing a factor into it. I don't get like the TikTok decline because the
TikTok decline makes no sense.
I thought we were increasing on that, but
100%.
I have a theory on the Facebook thing. I feel like a lot of people use it now more as like a utility. If they're like buying like Facebook Marketplace or something like that, like it's actually like Marketplace. I think I told you guys, I sold my old truck within an hour of Facebook Marketplace. Marketplace. Like, I know like there's like groups are really big for community stuff. Like it's really, I don't know if many people use it as like one-to-one social interactions anymore, but it seems like for like collective use.
So it's like the town center kind of thing. It's like interest groups, transactions. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I guess it means like, what does it mean by Facebook users? Like, do you just have an account? Because like,
no, it's daily usage, daily app usage. That's what the headline says, and that's what the whole article is about. It's NBC News, so it's a credible study.
That's surprising because like I don't check Facebook every day. I check it maybe once or twice a week.
No, this is daily app usage. This is engagement.
I had a show this weekend and I was asking people like, how far did you drive for like the meet and greet? And kids were like, I drove for 5 hours, 7 hours. I was like, what'd you do? Like, what did you do? Most of them, almost all of them, surprisingly actually said Snapchat, which I'm like, what do you do on Snapchat? Like, I don't have a Snapchat. I don't really know what you do, but I'm like looking at this right here and I'm like, how is Snapchat like steadily just kind of same situation, almost a little bit better than, and it's doing bad now, but it was doing good this year. But I'm like, what are you doing? Is it just messaging? Is that what it is? Is that what people want?
I think it's smaller groups of like, these are your actual friends and stuff, or obviously it's dating. It's essentially online dating too. You know, like you can flirt.
I do think like younger generations, like Gen Z, they use it as text messaging. Like when I was working with youth, I like had a really big rule about like, I'm not going to add kids on social media, just you know, trying to be responsible. But
you don't want them to see how you're living your Saturday nights, you know?
Exactly. But like I had kids who straight up were like, I won't text you, but I would snap you. And I'm like, well, we're not going to snap then because I'm a 24-year-old adult and you're a 16-year-old kid. But like they just, it's to them, it's like a messaging app. Like that's how they use it.
That is true. And your mom and dad aren't on it. So it's like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. What do you have, Marty?
What's going on, guys? All right. So new study is showing.
It's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing. Every time I say it's time for your slice, you always say, all right, what's going on, guys? You always start that way.
What's going on, guys?
It's great.
I was talking to actually Emily about it. I was like, I never know how to start these things. So I'm
I
like,
know,
all right,
I can tell. Like,
it's
like
yeppers, you know.
What's going on, guys? Is you getting your like feet revved up, like you're getting ready to go.
Live and breathe. Okay, here. Listening. New study shows that listening to Ariana Grande, Drake, and Eminem in your car makes you a better driver.
What?
That doesn't make sense.
A study by Auto Trader has basically compared listening to artists while driving. So there's a couple studies they've had. Hazard perception, even being a defensive driver. You wouldn't believe who's number one. Number one, Drizzy. Out of a 75% score, 75-point score, he is the highest at 59.5. And in a scale of hazard perception, listening to Drake makes you a better driver. Now, Ariana Grande, Eminem, they're tied in second place for defensive driving out of 75 points. Now, just as a wild guess, what do you think what makes you a terrible driver? Who do you think would be on that? Jesse, I would really love to know what you have to say about what artist, listening to an artist, would make someone a worse driver. What do you think that would be?
Metallica.
Right? You would think it's like hard rock, right? Like, what do you think?
No, I'm going to zag here.
Okay,
because
here we go.
I actually think, that it keeps you alert and I think it's something that's got to be in the yacht rock realm. Like, you don't want to get too laid back. You don't want to lower
some
that
Hall
seat
&
back
Oates.
a little bit. You don't want
Some
the wind
Christopher Cross.
because here's the thing: someone driving around, one elbow out the window, one hand at noon, kind of just devil may care, yacht rock blasting. Stay out of the way, okay?
Huh.
That person, they ain't paying attention. They're half asleep here.
I thought the same thing too. I really thought that listening to maybe like the Eagles or something that's like calmer, but just heart rate. Actually, two artists, one being Bach, like the violin, like the whole orchestra Bach, and then Megan Thee Stallion have shown to be both of those. I like how they always add respectively, but both of those make you worse driver. Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know why Megan Thee Stallion and Sebastian Bach is in there, but
I think I don't get the Bach one. That makes no sense to me. The Megan Thee Stallion one, I can sort of see that because like I'm imagining like you get really into her songs, you're like singing along with them. I don't know. Maybe you.
Yeah, but
like,
Ariana Grande.
Yeah,
and
or Drake. Like you have other rappers that are higher
that's
in the
true.
list, like Eminem.
I'm thinking about my experience in a car with like Ariana Grande fans and stuff. And it's like, they're singing, like they know every lyric. They're not thinking about it. Almost Drake too. You're not thinking about the music. You're just singing along mindlessly. And maybe more of your attention is then on the actual driving.
Yeah.
But the Megan Thee Stallion, is it that she's got complicated lyrics or something? Like,
yeah. Maybe it just makes you want to dance in the car. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. But she was the lowest on the scale at 75 points. Her and Sebastian were about 39.
I have a theory
Isn't it
about
Johann
Bach.
Sebastian Bach?
Yeah.
Isn't he Johann?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, Johann. I felt like, they always tell you to play that for your children. Like, hey, it makes them smarter if they listen to it. 37, but he got a 37 out of 75.
I think that's true. That it's probably good to listen in your home or while you're doing homework. I think the only people who are blasting classical music, dramatic classical music, driving
Really
around
old
are
people.
psychopaths and serial killers.
Really
wonder.
old people. The only people I know who listens to the NPR classical station are old. So they're bad drivers because they just have
psychopaths.
Oh,
cataracts.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll be like, I'll add this to the conversation. How can you listen to Johann without doing this while driving? And then you just crash. That's how it starts. Yeah.
Or
That's how
going
it
Bradley Cooper
starts.
maestro
Yeah.
style.
Yeah. You start doing that and you're like, how that happens.
It's old people with cataracts and psychopaths, like that clown guy on Seinfeld. Like he would always listen to like Machiavelli and all this kind of opera.
There you go.
I did notice that Taylor Swift was not on that list, but
I saw that too.
I'm honestly not shocked because, well, we've established I love Taylor Swift. I don't think she makes me a better driver. I do think she makes me a worse driver because, like we were talking about, I get so into the songs that like I'm putting on my own concert in the car. There have been, I probably should admit this, there have been many times I've been driving and I got so wrapped up in a song, specifically a Taylor Swift song, that a few minutes will pass and I'm like, oh, I don't remember the last few minutes driving. Like I get lost in my thoughts and it's a little dangerous.
Yeah.
So I noticed Taylor wasn't on the list.
Good.
I think that was intentional.
All right. What do you have, Emily?
Really quick, I have a little bit of Hollywood news for y'all. It's the pop culture queen. So Greg Daniels is currently working on a new series that is supposed to be set somewhere in the same world as The Office, right? We've talked about this a few
The
weeks ago.
Office spinoff, not
The
like
Office
the
spinoff,
reboot,
yes.
but like a spinoff. Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere Dunder Mifflin-esque sort of thing. The writers are still working on it, so we don't know much details about it. But there is one big piece of news that came out last week that I personally cannot stop thinking about. If the show is greenlit, Michael Corman will join the series as a co-creator. Now, that name probably means absolutely nothing to most people, but let me tell you why this is important. This man has worked on some very funny shows as a writer, including SNL, The Colbert Report, Late Night with Conan O'Brien, the criminally underrated Girls Five Ever, and my personal favorite, Nathan For You. So this man is very funny.
He's like the co-creator of Nathan For You.
Oh, wow.
Like he's like,
Yes.
Wow.
yeah.
So it's like Nathan Fielder and then Michael Corman co-created.
It's like Jesse's love language. It's going to be nothing but Scott's Tots episodes
I was
the
very
entire
excited
time.
when I saw this pairing.
That's exactly. I hope this
thought of
whole
you
series
immediately.
is Scott's Tots every single episode.
I would never watch it. Hate that.
You wouldn't like. I mean, listen. I watch Scott's Tots when I do my Office reruns. I don't think it's as bad as people remember. I think people watched it once and it was so cringy and they couldn't handle it. Get stronger, okay? Just rewatch it. It'll make you better.
No.
And funnier.
I recently rewatched, I think almost Nathan For You, I think in its entirety. And it is if you love cringe, it is just a pure delight. It is masterful. So yeah, I'm excited about, I'm most excited about this show though, is to find out where in the Office world they set it.
You just read my mind.
Like, is it maybe it's other companies that have moved into that actual office building there in Scranton because Dunder Mifflin got downsized? Maybe it's down at Sabre headquarters in Tallahassee. Maybe it's Vance Refrigeration.
I want it to be at the corporate offices of Suck It, David Wallace's company that blew up.
That never got the investors. It never took off.
He sold it to the military, remember?
Oh, that's right. For mine cleanup.
That's right.
Yeah. It could be good, but it would be really cool if this works out. And what it would also be really nice about this is Michael Corman is married to Ellie Kemper, who played Aaron on The Office.
Yeah.
So this pretty much guarantees there would be a few characters from The Office that would probably pop in, which I'm excited about.
There you go.
I'm in.
That'll do it for Slices. Make sure to check out relevantmagazine.com every weekday where we're covering faith, culture, and everything in between. All right. Stay tuned. Up next, No Big Deal joins us. You're listening to Hockey Dad. The song is Base Camp.
We've got Basketball Dad and now Hockey Dad.
No, we never had Basketball Dad. It was always Hockey Dad. We were talking about
Basketball Dad was the dad who's playing basketball.
Yeah.
But
He's not a dad. He's in his mid-20s. He just looks like a dad.
Today's episode is brought to you by your local State Farm life insurance agent, Jake Goki. He's got a deal for you. Pop on by. He's got a kid going to college in a couple of years, so help him out.
Well, today's show is brought to you in part by the new book, God, the Science, the Evidence. We talk a lot about faith, but how often do we talk about science in the same breath? You might be surprised to discover just how deeply the two actually agree. For centuries, science has been used to dismiss the idea of God, but today an intellectual revolution is underway. Modern discoveries in physics, cosmology, and biology are consistently revealing the same truth: creation isn't an accident. That profound reversal is what engineers Michel-Yves Bolloré and Olivier Bonassi investigate in their international bestseller, God, the Science, the Evidence. This book is a rigorous, evidence-based critique of materialism, inviting you to explore over a dozen scientific, philosophical, and historical domains. It shows that what was once seemed impossible, that science could point to a creator, is now supported by a vast and convergent body of evidence. With over 400,000 copies sold in Europe, this book is sparking a global debate. It's thoughtful, fascinating, and a powerful reminder that reason itself affirms the existence of God. Learn more and find out where you can purchase your copy today by visiting godthesciencetheevidence.com.
Well, our guest today is No Big Deal. He's one of our favorite Christian rappers out there. He's also pretty busy. He just played out a sold-out acoustic set, a show Derek was actually at. They're going to release an album from that. They just announced last week the lineup for his Holy Smokes Festival. He launched a podcast. He's dropped some new music, and that's just this month. We sat down with No Big Deal to talk about all these projects and what's next. Here's Emily's conversation with No Big Deal.
Better make sure you believe what you repping in. Make sure you mess with your messaging. This ain't about positive versus a negative. It's that life in our messages. You told the kids to get high off of sedatives. They wonder why you're accredited. Wait. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Can't treat my woman like she's just a team. She part of the team. You know what I mean.
Well, over the weekend, the lineup for the Holy Smoke Festival was announced, and it looks absolutely incredible. For our listeners who maybe don't know, what is Holy Smoke Festival and how did it get started?
Yeah, Holy Smoke Festival is an independent artist owned and operated festival in Nashville. Indie Tribe, which is the rap collective that I founded and that I'm a part of. We own and operate the festival. It is a hip-hop centric, faith-based festival. That's probably the best way to explain it. We say hip-hop centric because there's a lot of other genres that are represented there. You know, last year we had King's Kaleidoscope as a headliner, as well as Lecrae as a headliner. So that kind of gives you like kind of the breadth of the festival. But we wanted to start a festival that is really by the artist and for the artist. So our festival is a lot more curated from an artistic sense than a lot of the other festivals that are on the market, meaning that we don't just pick the lineup for, okay, who has the most buzz right now or whose song is like kind of going up right now. Like, we curate our lineups based on the music, based on the vibe. If we try to break artists, you know, artists that have never, a lot of artists who have never had a real show, you know, like with real production, LED screen, lights, you know, a real stage, like real production team. A lot of artists kind of cut their teeth on the Holy Smoke stage, and a lot of artists in the space kind of, you know, we wanted to, there are so many artists that are extremely talented in Christian hip hop and all of the subgenres that kind of touch it and interact with it, but they just haven't had the chance to display their art in a way that just like validates how much talent they have. And so Holy Smoke is a place where they can come to really do that.
Yes, I'm Big Willie. Dressed like I came here fresh from West Philly. Who gon' protect your neck, respect the deck. God made me do it, God made me fresh. When they tell me no, I hit maybe yes. Thought I'm playing checkers, man, I'm playing chess.
I love that you are using your platform to help lift up those up-and-coming independent artists. As a founder and director for the festival, how involved are you with those other artists?
Yeah, so, you know, what's funny about the festival is it's really built off of these relationships and these friendships that we've built for, you know, 10 years in the space. So I basically know everybody personally. We've had we've had multiple, you know, in-depth conversations, or we've been on a tour together, or I've been, you know, they've been to my house or I've been to their house. So even outside of the festival, there's a lot of like talk, you know, about our artistry and stuff like that. But definitely at the festival, yeah, I kind of see myself as just a connector. I want to shine a light on other talent. That's what happened for me. You know, that's what a lot of my mentors like Derek Minor and like Lecrae and KB and other people, that's what they did for me. And so I'm just kind of trying to pay that forward for other artists, and also like for the fans too. Like I'm very focused on fan experience, on the community of the actual festival. I'm very interested in creating these spaces and events where there is connection between the artist and the fan that goes beyond, okay, you bought a ticket, now watch this show. And then, we're out of here, because the message is so integral to both the artist and the fan. So it's cool to create a festival where people come and it's like, it's like summer camp in the best way. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah, I think summer camp, but cool is a great way to describe that.
Yeah, in the best way. Take all the negative thoughts you have about summer camp and take those out, and then just the best memories and the best ideas you have about summer camp. Yeah.
Just walk to the light if you living in the dark, in the light, messed up, got right, in the day, in the night, no change, it's smoke forever.
Midwest, East Coast, West Coast, up north, South Side, we up, the tribe, in the dark, in the light, to the day that we.
You mentioned creating a connection between fans and artists at the festival. How do you create that engagement? Like, what opportunities or events are available for attendees?
Yeah, so we actually have it's not just one of the first years of the festival we were saying it's a festival, not a concert, because we're trying to build true festival culture within the space, within Christian hip hop, within Christian music, and just within music in general. We, Indie Tribe, the members of Indie Tribe, we grew up going to festivals like, Bonnaroo and Coachella, those type of festivals. And we've seen that in the Christian space, like sometimes people just call concerts festivals, or, there's just stuff that they do that it's like, okay, you're just throwing the word around, but festival is supposed to have like multiple events. It's supposed to have multiple connection points. It's supposed to be like a festival. Like, that's why they use the word festival, And so, yeah, we have like, we have auxiliary events. We have a block party, which is like community focused and is obviously outside, and that's a different event. We have the VIP after party. So VIP ticket holders have a separate event that they come to where, there's like more interaction with the artists. Artists play unreleased music at an event called Pass the Aux. There's another event called the Cypher. So artists are, it's like a real hip hop cypher. So DJ Mike LV like puts on like a beat, and a lot of the artists who you may have seen perform at the show, now they're like rapping verses back to back over this beat. Last year we built a stage in a skate park, in Rocketown Skate Park. So there was the main stage, and then on the other side of the campus they have a skate park, and we built a stage in there, the native stage, and the more guitar heavy acts, the more like punk influenced and hardcore influenced genres and genre blending artists played on that stage. And so all the fans are like standing in a half pipe, like moshing to these artists. And it was amazing. I went in there and was watching it, and one of the members of Korn he just came to just watch, Brian Head. He came, and it was amazing. I was really taken aback by it. But yeah, it's like it's a whole culture. There were some label execs there who were like, how did we miss this subculture? How do we not know about this? And that's kind of the exact effect that we're going for with Holy Smoke.
It was a different time, on the bond like ticking time, looking for something thick and fine, know my soul is sick inside, on the foes I did decline.
Are there any new things you're adding to the festival this year that you haven't done before?
Oh yeah, so this year we're building an outside stage. So in addition to the main stage, we're expanding a little bit. We'll have an outside stage. And so we're very excited about that. And then all of those events that I talked about, the VIP, the Pass the Aux, the Cypher, we are just kind of taking those to the next level. So they're going to be anybody who experienced it last year, who comes this year, we're kind of just like ramping all those ideas up, refining all of those ideas for year 4.
Lately I've been taking off, now more position. I know that I made some good decisions.
That was No Big Deal. Make sure to check out his new podcast, Creative Control, wherever you get your shows. All right, stay tuned. Up next, it's Would You Rather Spring Edition. You're listening to Bully and Soccer Mommy. The song is Lose You, which is what you do if you bully a soccer mommy. You will lose her.
I think this is our most sports-themed episode.
Yeah.
Which is not saying much, but...
This is how
was the first
Goki's
break Scoobert Doobert,
you know.
sports-themed?
I forgot about Scoobert Doobert. My apologies, Mr. Scoobert Doobert.
Well, if we're going to talk sports, it better be Goki-themed episode. That's exactly what we wanted.
Well, today's podcast is brought to you in part by the new book, Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic. Author Jonathan Seidel knows firsthand how even believers can get stuck in shame and destructive habits, especially when it comes to one of society's biggest obsessions, alcohol. In Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic, he details his spiral into disordered drinking and shares the 4-step process he eventually used to break free. There's hope for alcoholics who become Christians and for Christians who become alcoholics. Find Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic wherever books are sold. What if you could change a child's life with just $10? Right now, thousands of vulnerable children in East Africa are suffering from jiggers. It's a painful, preventable parasite that burrows into their feet. Soul Hope is the only organization treating it through foot washing, medical care, and durable closed-toed shoes that protect kids long after treatment. $10 may not seem like much in today's world, but when we come together, those small gifts add up to big change. Join the 10 for 10 campaign. $10 protects 10 small toes. Visit soulhope.org/10 to give now. One small gift makes a big difference. Again, that's soulhope, SOLE, hope.org/TEN. All right, it's time for Would You Rather. It's no winners, no losers here. We're just going to go round robin. Jesse, you're up first. Here we go. Would you rather have to sneeze? And I am reading these fresh, and AI wrote them. So do be aware that AI might be wanting to get to know your preferences by the way that they phrase
this is always
questions.
A disturbing construct, but let's continue.
Yeah. Would you rather have to sneeze but not be able to, or have something stuck in your eye for an entire year?
Oh, this sounds... I don't want AI to know any of this. I mean, I guess I would take the sneeze. One time... I was in downtown Orlando watching fireworks at Lake Eola, and a piece of firework ash fell in my eye, and it was there. I had to go to the hospital to get it out.
I remember.
I kind of regret not suing the, or at least just call the city, just let them know the situation, see if they wanted, I mean, it took like 2 minutes once I got there. Just flipped my eyelid and kind of got a Q-tip, But I was already planning my local news appearance. Local man hospitalized tonight after Lake Eola. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Emily, would you rather wear socks for gloves or gloves for socks?
I would have to do... Ooh, this is so tricky. I think I'd have to do socks for gloves because I think if I did gloves for socks, I hate those like shoes that your toes go into each of the little spots. Like that just really irks me.
Yeah.
So I'd have to do socks for gloves.
So you're going to be the crazy lady walking around the mall with socks on her hands.
Sock puppets.
Yeah, but at least I won't have my toes in individual gloves.
Yeah, that's
I just can't do it.
All right, Marty, would you rather be able to talk to animals or speak all foreign languages fluently?
Talk to animals for sure.
No question.
Absolutely. I don't really want to talk to people. I mean, this is like the most I get in a week talking to you guys. Outside of that, I'm going to be by myself talking to my dog.
All right, Jesse, would you rather be a famous actor or a renowned scientist?
I mean, probably neither, but I guess I would go scientist. I don't think the famous actor would really do it for me. It'd be depending on what kind of science, but I would take that because knowing myself, it'd be some really weird experiments that got me famous. So I'll take that.
All right, Emily, would you rather have the ability to fly, but only at walking speed, or teleport, but only to places you've been to before?
I think I would teleport.
Yeah.
I agree. Imagine how much you'd save on air travel going home to visit your parents. All right, Marty, would you rather be able to only whisper everything or only be able to shout everything?
I mean, since I shout already, my family's Puerto Rican, I'd probably just stick with that.
Puerto
I'm already doing
Italian.
it.
It's
Already doing the
familiar.
Italian Puerto Rican thing. We already talked. Like the first time my wife came to dinner with us, she's like, "You guys are loud." I'm like, "You said that you guys?" She was like, "My family's loud." I'm like, "You've never been to my house. You don't know what you're talking about."
That feels like the plot of like a mid-90s, like early aughts Jim Carrey movie, like a man who
Like
gets
Yes
stuck
Man
only
or something.
being able to yell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, and it somehow helps him in every area of his life that he just, use this summer. Find your voice, and it's just Jim Carrey screaming. Because that was the plot of
The
like
voice.
three. Yeah, exactly.
Or Evan
Shout,
Almighty.
yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Liar,
Jesse,
liar. Yeah.
would you rather have to eat a whole stick of butter or a tablespoon of hot sauce? Tablespoon's a lot.
I could easily do both. I feel like
I've done both.
Yeah, I feel like I've never just straight up eaten the stick of butter, but I know I've eaten its equivalent in a meal. So I would take the butter. No problem.
I've been to youth group. We've done it. Just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Emily, would you rather only be able to listen to one song for the rest of your life or never be able to listen to music again?
One song for the rest of my life. Absolutely.
Which one?
I can listen to music on repeat. Like no
It's
problem.
not Amazing Grace. You're not a good Christian.
I'll be honest. It's probably going to be Peace by Taylor Swift because I already listen to that song all the time.
Kissed by a Rose from Seal. That's my song. I think I choose.
If I get to pick the song, I'll do it. If I don't get to pick the song, I might have to go no music.
All right, Marty, would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future?
Man, Scarlett, that new movie that came out with that was her special ability. I'd probably do the 150 years.
But you won't even be around.
It doesn't matter. I could set the world up and to be prepared for what the aliens that eventually come in 21, 24.
Yeah, you could help humanity if you could see that.
I just want to do good. It's not about me. It's about him.
Again, this would be a plot to a great Jim Carrey movie. Go ahead. Sorry.
Last round. Would you rather? This is a Jim Carrey movie. Would you rather have to speak in rhymes or sing everything you say?
Well, I have a terrible singing voice. I actually think I would love the ability to speak in rhymes all the time.
You'd become as famous as
Shooter
Drake.
McGavin over here.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll pay. Listen to what I say.
Emily, would you rather be able to control fire or water?
Presumably, like with your mind.
Yeah. You could like point at it and it would do what you wanted. Yeah.
I think I'd rather control fire only because I would make sure that it never went off. Like water, if it damages something, whatever. But fire
But
feels
if you
pretty
can control
permanent.
water, you can put out any fire. So it's,
That's a great
what I mean?
point. You got me there. But I'm sticking with fire.
All right. Last one. Marty, would you rather have to wear a cape every day or a crown every day?
I know I'm going to do the cape. I'm going to go with the cape, man. I just
Emily's walking around with socks on her
pick that
hands.
crown
You're wearing
so
a cape.
quickly.
Bunch of lunatics.
It's gonna be like a really cool cape. It's gonna be stylistic. I think I could do it.
Marty, you carry yourself in a way that I think you could pull it off.
Like
You'd
a
be
cool
"No, man,
cardigan.
he's
You know what I'm
just a
saying?
cape guy
Like I think about Seinfeld. Larry David was wearing a cape as a lawyer in Seinfeld.
The lawyer.
He pulled it off, man. He pulled it off.
now." Yeah, that's what I'm
Would you
saying.
have like one of your phrases on the back?
No. It'd be like a shirt, like textured, like those cool shirts that are coming out that are like crocheted. It'd be like a crocheted, cape. Different styles. It wouldn't be like a Superman or Batman. It would be like a cool cape.
I don't know that there is a cool
butt,
cape.
It'd have to go higher. It couldn't go like low. Like I couldn't be
Cropped
swinging around.
cape?
Yeah, it'd have to be cropped. I couldn't.
You're
So
just
like
kind
Robin.
of turning
I
it
feel
into
like Robin
an
from Batman.
armless shirt. That's what you're kind of designing.
Mark my words. Kanye West is gonna be wearing a cape in a couple years. I just see it coming already. I already see it. I saw 150 years in the future. He's wearing a cape in 5 years.
That's good. I like it. All right. Well, that'll do it for Would You Rather. Well, before we wrap things up, I want to thank No Big Deal for joining us today. Make sure to check out his new podcast. Make sure to check out the Holy Smokes Festival and his new acoustic album that's coming out soon. Amazing. One of my favorite artists. Also, make sure to check out issue 114 of Relevant. It's out now. Brooke Lidgerwood's in it. Need to Breathe, Mike Todd, Rainn Wilson. On down the list, we've got some great content. It is available for free thanks to our presenting sponsor, The Covenant, which is available now on Apple TV. Just go over to relevantmagazine.com and click the magazine tab, and it's all right there. Okay, on that note, we'll wrap it. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Emily Brown.
I'm Marty.
Hey, we'll see you on Friday. Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
This is going to be like Steph Curry. It is not like Steph Curry.
Relevant Podcast Network.